For many decades, humanity has gazed into space and convinced itself of one fundamental truth. The edge of our solar system is a vast emptiness, a cold, silent boundary where the sun's influence fades away, becoming little more than background noise amid the galaxy. However, Voyager 1 has recently challenged this long-held belief. Now, over 45 years into its journey, Voyager 1 has detected an inexplicable phenomenon. It's not a planet, not a star, and not a signal from Earth. Instead, it's an anomaly, a ripple at the very edge of all we thought we knew. This isn't random interference. The pattern is structured, repetitive, and seems to be conveying a message we might not yet be prepared to understand. Voyager 1 was launched in 1977 with a clear mission: to serve as a messenger, scout, and survivor. It flew by Jupiter and Saturn, capturing images that revolutionized our understanding of the solar system. Then, in 2012, Voyager 1 officially crossed the heliopause, the invisible boundary where the sun's magnetic influence ceases and interstellar space begins. Scientists anticipated a tranquil environment beyond this line, expecting calm and darkness to gradually set in. Instead, Voyager 1 encountered something unexpected. Rather than silence, it detected strange magnetic ripples, vibrations in magnetic fields, unusual radiation patterns, and disturbances that have since intensified and become increasingly organized. Previously, the heliopause was thought to act as a protective shield, guarding us from cosmic rays and chaotic galactic forces. Yet Voyager 1's latest data paints a more ominous picture. This boundary might not be a peaceful barrier but a battleground. The spacecraft is now picking up fluctuations that should not exist, including recurring signals, shifts in energy, and even distortions in time-based telemetry that resemble echoes bouncing off an unseen source. Some scientists now speculate that Voyager 1 is not merely listening, but might actually be the subject of observation. The signals it detects are not random noise. They form coherent patterns, and patterns do not arise spontaneously. This leads to a provocative question. What if space is not empty? What if the galaxy isn't just a random scattering of stars, but rather a vast, interconnected web, an invisible network of energy currents threading through the cosmos like arteries in a living organism? Some researchers suggest that Voyager 1 may have stumbled into one such interstellar current, a force that links solar systems, guides energy flow, and potentially transmits signals that are not natural but intentional. If this hypothesis holds true, then the heliopause might not simply be a scientific boundary, but a checkpoint, a site where unknown forces observe, filter, and even decide who or what passes through. The most unsettling aspect of the latest Voyager 1 data is the detection of a repeating pulse with a structured rhythm, too consistent to be dismissed as noise. This signal is not emanating from the sun, but from beyond, raising profound questions. Could this pulse be a natural cosmic phenomenon that we have yet to comprehend? Or is Voyager 1 now intercepting a signal that was never intended for human ears, yet which we are hearing nonetheless? Some physicists propose that after decades of travel, Voyager 1 has inadvertently tuned into a galactic frequency, like a lost antenna finally catching a hidden broadcast from the universe itself. If so, it forces us to confront a question long avoided. Are we truly the only ones listening, or are we only just beginning to hear what others might have been transmitting for eons? Voyager 1's instruments are aging and not designed for decoding complex interstellar messages. Still, engineers have recently noticed that certain telemetry readings once dismissed as static actually contain repeating low-frequency pulses hidden deep within the noise. These pulses are intermittent. They flare up and disappear in precise intervals. When scientists charted these signals over time, a pattern emerged. The pulses correlate with Earth's position relative to the galactic center. In other words, these signals seem to be tracking us, or reacting to our movements, leaving the question of why open to speculation. A growing number of astrophysicists, dissatisfied with conventional models, have started entertaining a radical idea known as the architect hypothesis. This theory suggests that the galaxy contains engineered regions, vast structures or zones created by an ancient intelligence. According to this model, space is not a wild frontier but partially constructed. Remarkably, Voyager 1's recent observations, including magnetic distortions, gravitational anomalies, and pulse signatures, align with predictions about how energy would behave near a controlled interstellar system. Could Voyager 1 be skimming the edge of a colossal ancient mechanism still operating after billions of years? If so, humanity may have unwittingly knocked on a door that was never intended to be opened. When Voyager 1 launched, it carried a message, known as the Golden Record, a collection of sounds, languages, and music intended for any civilization that might one day find it. But what if this record is more than a simple greeting? Some theorists now believe the electromagnetic signature of the Golden Record, its materials, spin, and frequency, could act as a unique tag, identifiable and trackable by far more advanced systems. If Voyager 1 has entered such a system, it's possible that the Golden Record has activated something, not because of human intent, but because it was designed to respond to signs of deliberate communication. Despite our belief that Voyager 1 remains our human creation, carrying our story into the stars, what if it no longer serves solely that purpose? Drifting nearly 23 billion kilometers from Earth, Voyager 1 might now be part of a different network, a design beyond our perception or control. Recent anomalies in its signal structures suggest external modulation, something influencing its transmissions beyond the capabilities of its hardware, as if the spacecraft itself is being reprogrammed or repurposed. If this is true, Voyager 1 may now function as a relay or node in a larger cosmic system, transmitting information not meant for humanity. For almost 50 years, Voyager 1 has carried the human story into the unknown, a machine made by humans drifting through space, like a message in a bottle. But now, at the edge of the solar system, it's whispering back something unexpected: structured pulses, magnetic ripples, and anomalies too precise to be mere chaos. Voyager 1 may have been more than a scout. It might have been a signal, a test, a trigger, or a key. Something has answered, whether it is an unknown force of nature or a system designed long before Earth existed. We have reached out not just with a satellite, but with a question. If Voyager 1 has entered a region of space built for listening, or worse, for watching, then the greatest discovery may not be what we have seen, but the realization that we have already been seen. What do you think? Did Voyager 1 stumble upon something ancient or awaken it? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because if this marks the end of Voyager's silence, it might also be the moment the universe finally begins to speak back.